And then there was another massive new release. So the Sisters of Battle go on pre-order this weekend. And that was interesting.
Yeah,
but then
because
it
you
was
had this box.
Yeah, which is good. And there's a load of stuff in it. And this is going to sell out. I have no doubt that, that this is going to be a difficult box to get a hold of after this weekend. However, it was what they dropped after that. Now, Ben, can you take us through this? Because I will say, I've been kind of on the fence a little bit with the Sisters of Battle, but I was absolutely drooling over a lot of these.
So yeah, towards the end of this week, they also showed off coming after the army set, as Warren was saying there. And so there was a little bit of a leak, and so Games Workshop combated this like an Imperial Guardsman, flaming Nurglings, and threw out all their own pictures of everything that's coming as well. And so we got to look at some of the cool stuff, including the multi-part plastic kit that will make up the battle themselves. So there's going to be a whole bunch of new options presented within that set itself. So you're going to have loads of head options, a load of weapon options, and all that kind of thing. A couple of new poses and that kind of stuff that you can mix around using some of the heads and the weapons and stuff to try and break up some of the similarity in the bodies and stuff. This then allows you to build a couple of extra bits and pieces. So as well as this allowing you to build your sort of standard Battle Sister squad, you can also use this to make your Dominions, who are your kind of like vehicle killers and special weapon units, and also your Celestians, who I believe are the bodyguards that protect things like your Canoness and that kind of thing. And as you can see, they've got a whole bunch of really cool looking heavy weapons and stuff in there. I really like the head for the Battle Sister that's completely shaven. I think that looks absolutely badass. It looks a little bit like a Sister Repentia has actually managed to repent and come back to fight with the rest of her Battle Sisters, which I thought was very, very cool. And then this led on to showing off some of the other stuff that they've been working on in the character format. So one of the big things for the army set when it came out originally was that people were a little bit on the fence about the Canoness, but they've come back with a new version of the Canoness that you see there with a whole bunch of different options for her, so you can build her in different ways if you like. My favourite one in particular is the one with the helmet on, and we've got the white visor there. I think that's very cool indeed. And obviously you've got a whole bunch of weapons going on there too, which is really then beyond that, we've got some other stuff. So we've got a couple of different characters being thrown into the mix as well. So these are all massive updates on stuff that had already existed in the Adepta Sororitas line. So you've got the Dialogus.
Yes, the Dialogus.
Dialogus. That's how you say her name. That's much easier.
It's not often I can pronounce something.
Who looks very, very cool indeed. Her scriptures as things are, people are fighting in battle. Looks like your stereotypical sort of warrior nun that you might have seen from wartime, Sisters of Sigmar. Then you've got the Hospitalier, who is the medic of the group. Yep. So as you can see, she's tending to one of the fallen sisters there. And then finally, you've got the Imagifier, who is the one who's going to be carrying around that lovely icon there you can see of one of the saints, bringing it into battle.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm not too convinced about the other two, but this one, this is cool.
Yeah, I don't like
the other one. Scroll up to, go up to. Is she like printing stuff out as she walks? What's this thing?
No, it's
like just a little waste lectern thing that she's walking about with.
It's like a Xerox.
It's like a ticket vendor on a bus.
Yeah.
Thanks for spoiling that one for me, Lloyd. I will now not be able to unsee that. Tickets, please.
Just chuck that bit away.
This then leads us to the model that I'm sure will do wholeheartedly, and that is another.
Sorry, you got cut out. The model that will what, Ben?
Will divide people wholeheartedly, and that is Junith Urutia, who's one of the named characters, floating around on her, I'm just going to call it a battle pulpit.
Yes.
Because that's what it definitely is. So this is a floating pulpit armed with a whole bunch of heavy flames underneath it that looks either crazy or mad. Or
I'm
stupid,
sorry. I've got to say it. I love this model.
You know what it reminds me on?
It's a
Logan Grimnar when he got his little sky skip.
Nope.
Reminds me on that.
No. That Logan Grimnar thing was weird. This is epic.
I don't like it. It's Marmite.
Why have the Eagles
I love it.
Why have the Eagles both got eyes?
Yeah, fair point.
Why have they both got eyes?
Yeah. One of the Imperial Eagles doesn't have an eye on it.
Yeah,
is that for a reason?
Yeah, it's for the psychers. Each part of the Imperial Eagle represents something. So when you look at it, even the feet, one foot has claws.
This sounds like
and
I
one
tell
doesn't.
you what, Jerry. Whenever you buy that model and you're building that up for yourself, I'll give you a little bit of green stuff, and you can just
that won't go in my that won't go in my sister's.
It sounds like a movie term to me. The Eagles have eyes.
The Eagles have eyes.
I've got to say, I love that.
What do you love about it?
I love it because I didn't expect it. Okay,
Like the Spanish Inquisition.
So whenever I saw it, I thought to myself, "What the hell is that?" And then I looked at it and I thought, a battle pulpit. So when you start to take everything into account and just how zealoty they're pitching the Sisters of Battle as, it just suddenly I can totally see
They're totally medieval, aren't they?
a commander. If they had a floating battle pulpit, they would totally stand in a battle pulpit.
Do you not remember the last big name character the sisters had, which was I want to say Archconfessor Kirinov, but he essentially had a walking pope throne. That was
Karamazov.
Was that who it was?
Yeah.
So he was sitting on a massive throne, walking forward on 2 legs, and then he had 2 little mini pulpits forward of him with 2 servitors firing guns.
Yeah, it was like a
Can we not
converted
Google this
dreadnought.
now?
Yeah, it's like a converted dreadnought chassis.
It wasn't. It was a pendant engine.
Because I can hear Ben Googling on his side.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I found Confessor Kirinov, but I can't find an engine.
What's his name then?
I've got the name Kirinov, but
It might not be Kirinov because there was a Kirinov in the.
Either way,
But yeah,
this model, I just think right. It's nice. It's tight. It's self-contained. I think it's a great piece of design in its own right. And it was the fact that it was unexpected, and it just
there he
fits.
is.
That's a converted dreadnought chassis.
Right. Well, show us, Justin.
Here.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah, there
open
you go.
this
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Oh, you
us
see,
the actual
that's
image.
cool. I'm not so sure. Wait, there's the actual miniature.
Yeah,
sitting
show us
there.
the miniature.
This?
Nobody cares about artwork.
There you go.
Jank,
There's your miniature.
jank.
Open a new tab.
Well, I think there's a
And
nice.
there you go.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a converted dreadnought.
Well.
Oh well, fair enough. It's still a walking throne.
Yeah, I know.
Couldn't give a tinker's jizz if it was a dreadnought or not. It's a walking throne with a wee servitor firing from his pulpit.
I would love to see a new version of that. But in the meantime, I'm very happy to have a battle pulpit. You know, it's.
I think this army's just not for me. I think this is another Marmite one for me.
I think
See, I
the
like
moment
the regular stuff. I just don't like some of the specialist stuff.
I was unconvinced by things like stained glass windows on tanks
tanks,
and
yeah.
stuff, but now a battle pulpit.
It's all right.
Yes,
You can live with this. You can
Yes.
accept this.
because a
It
battle.
does look totally grimdark.
It's
so,
not only
you know.
that; it looks eminently functional. Do you know what I mean? What? There's nothing.
That is true. She could definitely give a lecture from that.
Yes.
She could give a sermon.
And she can see out of it.
Yep.
And I'm not joking here. I hand on heart. I'm not taking the piss here.
I just imagine her going in front of a congregation going, you didn't fill out collection plate.
Hang on one second before anybody else comments on anything. She's from Belfast. Because I can quite clearly see your da up the side.
Your da incendium. Your da's on fire.
Another side it says your da's your ma.
So I looking at it, you know, I like it as a model. I like it as a piece of over the topness, grim dark, and it works for me. You know, because I can absolutely see the presence and the commandeeringness of I want that to be my top commander in my Sisters of Battle army. I only want one of them, and I want them there in the middle conducting the operation from the battle pulpit. Holy smokes. I will remove the stained glass windows off the tanks.
Yes.
Okay, I will do that. Even if it has little control panels and stuff behind it, Jerry, don't care. Stained glass windows coming off the tank.
Oh yeah, I never liked
Because I
it.
would rather see the control panels, to be honest.
So, but the battle pulpit,
I wouldn't mind the stained glass window if the stained glass window was shorter.
yes,
It's so high.
yeah.
But I don't want this being a thing that every army has a walking throne
Well, that's not
or a
walking.
floating throne.
No, that's
I mean, we've had the Ozzy Osbourne one,
yes,
That is
the,
true.
The Aussie
but
art
every
one, yes.
commander suddenly end up sitting on a bloody chair shouting at people.
Well, that's what commanders do. That's what commanders do. I think it's brilliant. I absolutely love it.
To each their own.
That model almost single-handedly took that army up to a 10 for me. The army had been hovering around an 8 or so. That took it to a 10. A battle pulpit. Holy shit.